Hello, hello. Oh, God, the chat is very, very full straight away. Thanks to Scotty, excellent,
Yeah, awesome.
and Nick and WJM and you yourself, Maftopia and Space Catty.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back to Save with Crypto. My name's Save with Crypto. That guy above me is Maff. Hello, Maff. How you doing?
Hello. Yeah, not bad, thanks. Yeah, good.
Excellent.
I was going to say happy it's Friday, but that's never a particularly good sentiment, I think, because like people who just well, like me really, who like, oh, thank God it's Friday, yay. What about the rest of the week? Because that's such a large portion of our lives, isn't it? Like Monday through to Friday, and then we just live for Saturday and Sunday. The rest of the week can just be like shoveled into the trash or something. So something very wrong there.
I kind of remembered, when I was at like the little school, when I was about like 6 years old, and the teacher said, "What's your favourite day of the week?" And I said, "Friday." And the teacher said, "Well, why is that?" And I said, "Well, because it's the day before Saturday." And they said, "Why isn't Saturday your favourite day then?" And I thought that's a bloody good point, actually. And at that point in time, at that young age, I think I learned what anticipation was. And later on, when I read Winnie the Pooh, I noticed something really similar. So it was like when Pooh is talking to Piglet, and he says, "Oh no, hang on." Piglet says to Pooh, "What's your favorite?"
Important to get that right. Yeah.
Yeah. Piglet says to Pooh, he says, "What do you like doing best?" And he said, "Well, eating honey, of course." And then he said, "Oh, hang on. There's a moment just before I put my paw into the jar that's even better than eating honey."
Definitely, it's that sort of sort of moment. So what you're talking about is you recommend delayed gratification, essentially.
I think so. Yeah. Sort of. But yeah. Anyway, so Friday is war day, isn't it? So that's normally when the markets close, and then Trump will pull out one of his cards that must have been named after him. One of his
So
Trump
talking
cards.
of delayed gratification, Trump will pull out. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
What a horrific thought, actually.
Actually, that is blimey. Yeah, that's kind of set the tone, isn't it?
But anyway, I've been looking at this Carg Island place. Actually, it's quite amazing, really. It's because I was thinking, why is it so important, right? And one of the things about it is the sea around it is incredibly deep. So so it means that they've got this bit here. It's like a big pier
type shelf. Thing.
Yeah. Well, you can't really see it there, but it's like a sort of T-shaped sort of pier type thing.
Yeah. So is that actually a peninsula that's just sticking out?
It's a man-made bit, and basically, if you got a ship, a container ship, you just sort of park it up there and load all the stuff onto it. Wow. So massive, great ships can be like here, quite near to the island. Filling up with stuff. So then what you've got from the mainland of Iran, you've got like pipes leading into the island, which could obviously come up in this bit here where there's all these like oil container things, so it's pretty unique, the fact that you can actually get a boat really, really near to it and load up with massive cargo,
that's quite something. Yeah. So is that kind of in the news at the moment? I'm a bit out of touch with that, to be honest.
I think he attacked this the other day, didn't he? Sort of.
Okay.
But I think his plan is to sort of take it over or something, which would put him pretty much in control of all the oil from the Middle East, because even though it's only something like 20 square kilometers or something, but it's not a big island. It's got like a sports center and a football team and a cinema, and some houses. It must be a weird place to live, but like, but But the important thing about this thing is it's actually got a freshwater supply. You know, actually, that the island has its own natural freshwater supply. God knows where it comes from.
Welling up, I suppose.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. So geologically, it's quite an amazing sort of thing, actually.
I mean, because I guess if the sides are really steep, the side, like the sides of the island, then it probably goes up quite high as well, as those sorts of geologic things tend to do. Geologic things being islands, I guess.
I think the highest point is 70 meters, so not really.
Oh, okay. So not bang goes that theory. So
yeah, it's not like Madeira, you know.
Yeah.
But it should be, shouldn't it? Because if you're thinking about a sort of like long, pointy thing pointing out of the sea, sort of thing. But I was trying to think, like, why is that so important? And that's the reason, isn't it? Because you can literally just drive your boat up to it, fill up, you know, with your cargo, and then off you go, you know, with all your oil.
Because also, if the whole infrastructure is centered around that, it's a bit of a linchpin sort of thing. It's like if they actually have undersea pipelines that are just heading just to that island, essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I mean, wow. So yeah, just putting that out of action, essentially, or taking it over, one or the other. So because that does seem to be kind of Trump's plan with this, isn't it? It's kind of about because also starting with, well, I don't know if it really started with, but like, you know, became probably more obvious to people with Venezuela when that all happened, and so now suddenly the US has this kind of friendly regime with a steady supply of oil that they're going to get favourable terms for. They basically control it, you know, and then they can cut off oil supply from essentially the Middle East, or just kind of control it. You know, assuming it goes according to their plan, then they can control that supply. And obviously, with the Ukraine stuff that went on, there was a lot of kind of bombing of wasn't it? There's a big pipeline, wasn't there, coming from, like, is it Trans-Siberian or whatever it was? You know, the big pipeline coming to and from Russia and things. So that was all kind of put out of action, really, wasn't it? So
right, yeah.
So essentially, it's kind of US control of the world's oil being restored, and the return of the petrodollar, and so on. So I think that seems to be kind of like where the end goal is on this.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to a bit of him talking last night, and it's quite weird how he sort of described the Venezuela thing as, like, you know, they're like, Venezuela are now our partners, and it's a really good relationship, and it's working well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that started off by you kidnapping the president.
Essentially, yeah. Because at the time, people were quite puzzled by it. I mean, obviously, it's like, oh, they've got lots of oil. So, but the entire, like, scale of it wasn't really evident. It wasn't really obvious at that point. Because it just, at the time, it's just like such a random kind of thing, kind of act to do, and that is like just now suddenly it all just falls into place. It's part of a greater plan. So
yeah. Anywho,
what's that got to do with Bitcoin? So,
well,
a lot.
It will have something to do with it. Right. So let me just flip over to here. So yesterday I was all on my own on the stream, and what I was doing, basically, I was looking at the price of Bitcoin as per usual, and I was using, I can't remember now, I think the 12-minute time frame was looking quite funky, I thought, and I was looking at these levels down here, and yeah, I mean, sure enough, it came down there, no problem at all. I wasn't expecting it to go quite this low just at the moment, actually. So now I'm kind of looking at this level here, the 66,508.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at the 12-minute chart yesterday and just looking. I mean, those same levels on the right that you're looking at, because that top one, that top bullish level, yeah, that one, it had just touched down on there, and when I was looking at it, I was kind of thinking like, wow, that's quite something. Wonder where it's going to go from there. And then it kind of struggled to really bounce up from there.
Yeah.
Which suggested that, you know, is a failed move to the upside, so therefore it's going to come down, and that's exactly what it then did, and then touched down on that next retracement level, and kind of failed to really bounce convincingly from that one as well, from the second one down. And now you're right, yeah. So it's now going to come down to the next one that you were showing, the more long-term one further down.
Yeah. Hang on, I think.
Sorry, I took over a bit there.
No, that's all right. It's fine.
You're
it's
actually
fine. I was thinking I was thinking about these things. So these are bullish retracement levels here.
Yeah, and whoever she is secretly in control of the Bitcoin market at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
That's kind of the sound that the market is making as well as it crashes down.
Yeah, and that's quite good.
That was great. Yeah,
but yeah, no, that's the sort of thing I've kind of noticed recently, as it's doing that blood on, sort of, and down it comes. But the thumbnail and title of today, I mean, I'm just thinking like, well, you know, everyone's talking about super low levels. Is it really that easy? Should we just go like massively short now and just cross the fingers, or what? Because it's well, I don't know. I've got a feeling something's got to happen. Something's got to happen, like you know, the war gets called off or something, and they all kiss and make up, and you know, that kind of thing. But I don't really know anyway. So I'd be interested to see what you can see in the charts. But
yeah, because there has been there's an overall kind of bigger range that we've been ranging through, isn't there? So very much it definitely feels like that. Because just been doing this kind of like for quite a long time, you know, in a big range, and yeah, it's it is going to be a big move to the upside or a big move to the downside. So I have to try and figure out which is going to be first.
And what I did this morning, because I saw this bit come down here. Hang on, what chart was I looking at? I think I was. Yeah, I think I was my usual sort of 1, 3, and 12-minute time frames. Where were we? We were down here. What time was that? 10. Yeah, that's about right. So yeah, there was a super up on a 1 minute there, but that didn't really work because it sort of went a bit lower even. Although we did get that trend shield thing there. So around about that time, we also got a super up on the 3 minute, and then on the 12 minute at about that time. Hang on. We also got a green bar and a super up there. So I did actually enter a little long, actually, which I'm still in. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I'm actually in from 66,386. So only about $300 below where we are, you know. So I've got
profit there. Yeah,
but it's protected. My stop loss is in profit. So I'll be intrigued to see. I'm just wondering if it'll go back up for a little bit and then basically hit something like, you know, one of these retracements up here. What I've been noticing with Quadzilla is it's quite good actually. If you do that thing where you know, you look at it on like a lower time frame. Sorry, look at it on various different time frames, and then, you know, where you start seeing these retracements, you know, you kind of pop in just mark that off as some sort of level, and then look at it on a different time frame, and see if these things coincide with. Sorry, there's a lot of mess there, but and see if they coincide with other kinds of time frames and stuff.
Yeah.
If you get like
sorry, go on. Yeah. Go on.
What you're going to ask about is white lines, are you?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what I was doing there was I was curious, right? Because I know you don't believe in the 5 EMA.
I do, but I don't believe in
you don't believe
Easter
it.
Bunny. Yeah.
That's like saying you don't believe in the number 7 or something,
Yeah, exactly. 6, 8.
No, because all right. So the EMAs we normally use are these cyan, yellow, and green ones, which are 9, 21, and 55 EMAs. I like to add this 5 EMA as well, even though it does follow the price fairly accurately, which it would do, because it's a shorter thing. Now, what I was doing, I was looking at on the magical 12-minute time frame, and I was looking at what happens every time the red EMA is at the top and then crosses over the cyan, right? So basically, I was putting these vertical lines in every time it did that to see how much of a dump you get. It's actually some are better than others, but generally it always is a dump. So this one here, it went down quite a lot.
Yeah.
This one here, it went down a bit.
Yeah. So it's a very early sign of a forthcoming dump.
Yeah, but it isn't always a massive one. Like this one here is like what 1.39%. I mean, not bad. This one here is quite good. This one here, just a little one. This one here is like, go on.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I remember at one point I was kind of I was mulling over whether to include, like, because like we've got the convergence zones with the EMAs up there. So like we've got obviously if the 21 crosses the 55, then that's one. So you can kind of see one there, can't you? Just center right, I suppose. There's a 21, I think, crossing above the.
Oh yeah, this one there.
Yeah. And so it kind of it starts to shade that in, that sort of thing, beforehand when it notices that's starting to happen. And also there was a faster EMA, similar thing with the 9 and the 21. So you get an earlier sign. So I was sort of thinking about, should we do the same then for the 5 and the 9 and get a super early sign of that trend kind of starting to take hold, starting to strengthen. I think I ended up just not doing that. I may have just forgotten about it.
Okay.
But also I wasn't sure if it would tell you something useful or if it would just be lots of false positives all the time. That's probably the thing.
Yeah, the only thing I did think was what might be good is because we've got loads of different alerts we can use. I wonder if it might be fun to have have one of these. You've got the faster EMA cross there for the what we were just talking about. That's the 9 and the 21, and then you got this one here, which is the 21 and the 55. How easy would it be to stick in one for the 5 and 9?
It would be easy.
Oh, okay.
Good to that. Yeah, because obviously it's just tracking them, so it doesn't necessarily have to. Well, it could draw a thing if maybe a separate switch for the 5 and the 9. As in draw the convergence zones. But
I wonder. If
I could try it out and just see if it looks ultra messy or if it gives any use. But certainly adding it, you could add it as an alert.
I wonder if it might make sense to sort of make these titles a bit more obvious. Like, so the normal ones are the 2155, 21/55 EMA, and the faster ones are the 9. Just so you know exactly which ones we're talking about.
Could. Yeah.
Could do that, can you?
I remember going through a bit of a thinking thing about that, because trying to make it more just it's the intent of the thing rather than the specific plumbing, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, there's two different ways of looking at it. But yeah.
But generally, no. I was toying with the idea of making a video about it. About it was because what I wanted to do was go through all the different bits of Quadzilla as part of the tutorial things, and actually, come up with a way how you could even just use every single element almost on its own to get some sort of idea of, price action. So I was thinking, could you do something like that? And it does seem to be fairly consistent that, on so I'm on the wrong time frame now, aren't they? So no, that's right. That's right. So the red went over the sign there. So this one here, at that point, you get a dump. It's not always a big dump, but it generally always does dump a little bit. And some more than others. This one here, obviously. I think this is the one that caught my eye, because this was like the more recent one, sort of. So that crossed over there at 71.2 sort of thing, and it's been like that ever since. So obviously that is a ginormous one, isn't it? Anyway, that's what they were. You're right.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, I mean, I could probably just add that alert this weekend. Actually, wouldn't take long.
Okay.
So what are we on now? We're on 1.7.2, aren't we? So we had 1.7.3, I guess, with a little addition. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, my camera's frozen again. Let's wiggle my head around a bit to sort of get it going. Anyway, right. Should we have a look at the comments and then move on?
Sure. Give me 1 second.
Okay. What are you doing?
I was tempted to gargle as well.
I see. Okay.
I won't do that on camera. Okay. So, yeah, comments. So what we got? Oh, well, you're right. They've been very active. So Space Catty, GG, giddy up. Was that? I'm not sure. Good. Good. Back to you. Good of the morning. So, all right, stop what you're doing, because they're about to ruin the fear and the doubt that you used to. I don't recognize this song at all. They look funny, but yo, they're making money. See, so yo, world, I hope you're ready for thee. Ooh.
I haven't a clue what that's about.
No, funny mix, isn't it? If because there's like contemporary turns of phrase and then quite oldie worldy as well. Sort of 19th century coal miners saying, "I hope thee be ready for thee," or whatever, and making dosh and so on. Anyway, hello, Scotty. I see your charisma is really up today. Yeah,
I did tag him in the in the X post about it, actually. So I think he's extra lively today.
Yeah, here with a vengeance.
Yeah.
So afternoon. Oh, it's from me. Oh, hello, me. Welcome. Afternoon back to you, sir. And sorry. Hi, Space Catty. I was listening to old school rap. Okay. Old school being 19th century, then I guess. 19th century rap whilst walking Riley the doggy and Digital Underground. The Humpty Dance came on. Okay, I shall go and check that out. I'm not a great rap fan at all, to be honest. In fact, I hate it. I can't stand it. It's I shall suffer for the art, and I love the flow in the bars. So change them for math and everything. That actually makes sense now. The sort of the mix. So that's kind of neat. WJM, hello. We have lost the sun in England again. Yeah, it's pretty bright out there, but it's back to grey and dark. What part of England are you in? It's quite bright here. So,
it's a bit grey here, to be honest. I need to go and take the carburetor apart on my lawnmower, and it's just too cold out there to do it now. So.
Yeah. So, can you not bring the lawnmower indoors?
Like, it's going to smell of petrol and stuff then, isn't it? And,
okay. Yeah. Then you can't really open the window because it'd be freezing. Yeah. So well. Nick K, hi, hello sir, and Gray. I got misty white chemtrail feels that. You know what? Yeah, I think that. Oh God, I just blinded myself staring. It's so bright, but yeah, the sky is just kind of misty white and just yeah, it's a bit of that. There's a petition going around actually about because in the UK they seem to be very keen on just kind of putting up just reflective stuff into the sky. Not even a conspiracy thing, but it's just like, you know, they have plans to do that to try and just darken the skies, reduce the amount of heat. It's ridiculous. It's bloody ridiculous. It's just, what are they doing? Hello, Blaze.
Is that real? Is that real though? I mean,
yeah.
What? Why?
Because they're stupid.
No, there's got to be a better reason than that.
Well, okay, that's probably, yeah. It's not their reason. It's the global warming thing. They want to cut down the amount of rays that are coming down, bounce them away, keep us in the dark.
Does that work though? I mean, surely just.
But it's not even solving a problem that exists. But
no, you can pick on a sunnier place to do it in.
Yeah, test it out at least. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, we value those rare days of a bit of sunshine.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it'll be like back in medieval times when it was always dark, when the skies were always grey, and you know, it's that picture of the medieval times that we have, which is totally false, where everyone is filthy, and everyone is filthy and stupid, and the skies are always dark and it's drab and raining. And medieval people were actually really smart and generally like more educated than people realize, and they were clean. They kept themselves clean. You know, I mean, you know, they're humans, so of course they're going to keep themselves clean. So yeah, this weird picture of our past that tends to get painted. Anyway, Blaze, how's it all going? Well, I'm feeling very negative all of a sudden, so I need to try and do something about that. But welcome anyway. So James, hello. Listening in on my drive to and from appointments. Will we hit the green 1 hour retracement level? Oh, we should get on and have a look at that, shouldn't we?
Well, we should do, really. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do Scotty again? Oh, I see you're saying hi to the people arriving. G'day, Aussie. And yeah, sounds really good grooves. Rap music is not grooves. I read that Carg Island is booby trapped. Yeah, probably is. To be honest. If it wasn't, it probably is now. You know, afternoon sneaks in at the back. Hello, Kaz, and welcome. I wouldn't have noticed that you were late if you hadn't mentioned it. So you almost got away with that one. So, we should be doing things on gold toilets. We have so much oil in Australia, but the government won't allow it to be. Yeah, it's like that in the UK. We've got North Sea. Actually, I went through that before when we talked about that. Got North Sea oil, which they are drilling a bit, but they're just so kind of just cut down all the infrastructure, reduce it to like not very many wells, not many oil rigs at all. So fuel is heading to $4 a litre, which is probably expensive. I don't know, $4 Australian a litre. Government say that they're all rubbish. Hi Kaz, how you doing? Is it time for short the oil? Oh, we'll look at that as well. And it's funny, the market going up looks like it's going on stairs, but it going down, it's going like an elevator. Is it that way around? I guess it is, yeah, when you zoom in a bit. Because if you zoom out, then you kind of got or is it the other way around? It's a bit of both, I think, depending on your time frame. I remember how the slinky, yeah.
I always like the the bears go up the stairs and the bulls go up the stairs and the bears jump out the window. I suppose.
Is that how it goes?
Something like that.
Something like that.
Whatever. My
Are they just too cool to use the elevator?
Yeah, my trade hit the stop loss, by the way. So probably to get on. Should we do the thing?
Yeah, we can come back to the comments, I think. Oh, one very quick one. Scotty just saying Tap Global is up 50% today. That's interesting.
I noticed someone saying that in the Telegram, and I didn't check it out actually. But
yeah, so we'll definitely have a look at that. Let's do some TA.
All right, here you go.
Well, okay. Oh, damn it. Sorry. 1 second. That was Quadzilla. Get Quadzilla. It's a premium indicator on TradingView. In fact, it's multiple indicators in one. Really, there's a lot in there, and you can get it for the rather enticing sum of £60 a month on the hourly plan, the yearly plan. And so we should have an hourly plan, actually. Just micro payments, I guess. So yeah, if you get on the monthly, it's 80 quid. Still a bargain, honestly. It'll pay for itself super quickly and like within a trade or two, I would think, because it just gives you a trading edge. We're featuring it during this live stream, as you'll see. So you can kind of see a lot of what it does for you. So, by the way, just also very quickly, if you're watching on Mafftopia on X, hi, thank you for watching there, and not on that other X channel. But also if you're watching on Save with Crypto's account, X account as well, then also welcome. And if you're on YouTube, welcome also. It's getting a bit redundant, isn't it? If you're there, check out Mafftopia. I'm going to be putting out some more like short form recorded videos, probably getting a bunch of those together over the weekend, I think, and then during the week. And we'll have another live stream there on Tuesday with Save with Crypto here as well, at probably 5 p.m, I think, on UK time on Tuesday. It's all like science, technology, news, all like fascinating things, essentially. And we also look at charts for related, company stocks and that sort of thing. So yeah, this is the what are we looking at? Okay, yeah, this is Bitcoin on the weekly chart, fairly randomly on Bitunix, although Bitunix is a rather great exchange that we often feature on the channel. It's actually my fave exchange, to be honest, for trading. And it's non-KYC as well, the bonus.
What we're looking at?
Yeah, so this is
oh, sorry, no, I thought you were showing Bitunix or something.
No. That's just yapping. Okay. So tell you
what I don't like though about Bitunix is because at the moment I'm doing trading with Bitcoin with the coin M thing, and I'd completely forgotten that it doesn't show you the unrealized profit in the dollar equivalent. It just shows you in Bitcoin. So so basically, what I've got like I've got a sticky note on me wall saying 0.0014 BTC equals $100, because when I'm seeing I've got 0.00 whatever profit, I'm thinking, how much is that? So it doesn't actually tell you when you're doing that. If you're doing USDT, it's not a problem at all. But with the coin M1, it doesn't show you that. It's really annoying. Actually, I'm going to have a word and see if they can improve that, because I find it really off-putting. And
it is a bit. I found it okay when I was using coin M on there with Solana, and Solana was at about $100 at the time.
Yeah, because you know what it is. Yeah. With Bitcoin, it's like, what is 0.0? I'm never quite sure if it's like $10 or $100. It's quite easy to get like a factor of 10 out, isn't it? Whereas with Solana, because I was, when I was doing quite a lot of Solana trading a while ago, I was quite happy with that, because I know what one Solana's worth. So
for sure. Okay, so essentially then, let me just delete those. I think that was a hypothetical from probably the last time we were looking at these. So just zap that for now. Actually, just for a moment, having talked up Quadzilla, I'm just going to switch it off for a moment. But so essentially here then, we've got another one. Zap that. So talk about steps down and things, or Slinky Spring heading down. This is one that we've been tracking here for a while now, and since sort of identifying that this pattern has been showing up there. So it's very much that, move down, kind of recovery / retracement up, impulse move down, retracement there, and so on. Kind of very Elliott wavy in its form. So it also, what's been quite sort of remarkable, I suppose, about it is that too far. So just going like candle open to candle close, essentially. So not really going with the wicks, the weekly candle wicks on here. So it dropped 30% during that kind of accumulation phase there. It gained 8%. Then from the top of that, from the candle open, dropped another 30%. This time, it was looking like it was going to do the same. It's going to kind of do that and then just gain another, just be up to 8%. But in fact, we had a candle close above that. I was going to adjust these to make it bang on. But anyway, so it went at 10% this time rather than 8%, and it's just like clearly within that range at the moment. So I was talking earlier about how the price has just been kind of ranging for a while, despite all, like if you zoom in, go to a lower time frame, then you very much get kind of the steps up, elevators down, and vice versa, and what have you. But actually, it's just kind of ranging there, kind of. I mean, wicks notwithstanding, again, but like kind of between that 65.9 and 73, I guess. Yeah, 73. It did wick up to just pretty much 74. But yeah, so within that, it's been a bit more positive, I suppose, that the recovery has been more than that time. So 8% versus 10%. But we kind of very much need to break out of that range quite soon if we want to see the sort of pump to the upside first. Because that's something I'll just quickly do that. Let's bring up where to go. There. So on here, if I go to the that one, and give it a respin, spin the wheel, and so just on the 24-hour initially, just to see how much liquidity is above and below. So I guess that's all of that is 24 hours, isn't it? So it's very much like, it feels like it could go in either direction. So because the thing with the liquidation heat map obviously is that the price just tends to go where the money is, where the money to be made is, and that's really in these in this literally like liquidity, that these kind of open positions that are going to be force closed in effect. So it's money waiting to be scooped up in either direction. Obviously there's a lot more of it to the upside at the moment, but this is very zoomed in. So if I maybe come out to should try the monthly. I don't normally look at that. Zoink and zoinks. Okay, so yeah, there's that doesn't really tell us anything, to be honest. It's rubbish. Let's try. What it tells us is that it could go in either direction. So try this. Go to the 6 month. I should have gone to the 3 months, to be honest, but try and cut to the chase a little bit. Excuse me. Not much liquidity there. Not much order volume. Do you get that feeling that for all of this, that there's just, it's like a kind of just, it's an insipid market. There's not much order volume around. Where's all this, the sort of the bright glowing yellow, apart from that one liquidity indication things along there. So given what we got, then it just, because it's closest to that liquidity down there, that suggests it might drop a bit, maybe down to there-ish, 60, 63, 64. We might see a recovery up, scoop up some of this, but could we see it getting that high up to like 79, 80? Probably not immediately. 76 maybe, if it pushes up to that high. But that, yeah, I thought that was just kind of interesting to see that is so like it just could move in either direction at the moment. So coming back to this then, if this isn't the moment where it just kind of breaks down below that level and does that drop, because I think what it will probably do is instead do a push up, if anything, maybe hit that level, which is, as I said before, like 72.9 or maybe 73, fake everything out, which will all be bamboozled by that, and then drop, do its 30% drop to around about 50k. If that happened, because we've got like the expected kind of bear market low of happening maybe September, October, maybe August. August, September, October. I think it's probably going to be around about then. That because that's within the usual 4-year cycle timing. So so if this happens too soon, like May, like sort of mid-May or whatever, then that drop in 50k would run the danger of not being the actual bear market bottom. So that in which case there might be lower skies, lower stormy seas ahead or whatever. So that's a danger. So it would be nice if this pattern actually broke out now, and we kind of saw kind of what I deleted earlier, to be honest, but I haven't gone up there. If it kind of came back up, and that one is the I think that's the, don't know what that is. Is that it's just the dailies? Yeah, the 200 daily MA. So, and that's obviously coming down still. So if it kind of comes up, touches that, it might touch it at 85k. I don't believe it. But then again, we've kind of got to go with you know, what we're seeing, like what is, rather than what we expect. You know, like this rally must happen before this, you know, before this drop down to that level. So yeah, so if it breaks above there and oops, come on, then we see the drop of like well, basically down to there. That's a better thing, because that might also be kind of over here somewhere, you know. Maybe there, I don't know. So if it comes up to there and then zoink down to there, that could happen. Kind of drop down to like between 40 and 50k. So around about September, October. But that's I think that's if we get that rally zoink. Otherwise, oh, actually, to be honest, the other scenario, I suppose, is that it just continues to do that within that range,
well, forever.
until it's ready, and then, well, and until it's ready to drop.
Yeah.
That would kind of show a bit of strength, I suppose, in that it's, you know, if it does that, maybe to there, I don't know, and then up. So yeah, if it shows that, then we might see a bit, but much more of a sort of positive bounce from there into, you know, into the start of the next bull cycle. So the bull phase or whatever. So so I was saying, can't see it going lower than the last cycle's all-time high. Very strong support there. Wasn't that 69?
I was going to say, it wasn't the last cycle's all-time high, wasn't that the 69,420 sort of thing, pretty much?
Yeah. So care to clarify, sir, if you don't mind, just so I think so Space Captain would say, I do have an interesting question. Do you guys think if Bitcoin keeps going down, it'll be a dangerous for all the ETFs and strategies, as a MicroStrategy, I guess, that implies even more pressure down? What you guys think about that then, eh? Well, yeah, but there's a thing about kind of, because I remember when the establishment had finally kind of decided that they were interested in Bitcoin after all, and not necessarily something they must crush, and more as just something that they could just buy into and make money from. So there was institutional buy-in, and we saw some quite sharp prices head on upwards, and seemingly early just price rockets a bit before the bull market was really supposed to really get, you know, get into motion. But the opposite of that obviously is institutional selling. So they're all just skedaddling so that's definitely a danger. But we are also kind of seeing fairly healthy buy-in to Bitcoin overall. So like when have you got the S&P on here? How's that doing? Yeah, the S&P is looking pretty dreadful. I mean, look at that. It's, you know, it's dropping like I don't know, some risque metaphor of probably involving somebody on the, you know, on the docks saying hello to sailors or something. I don't know. It's dropping like a risque thing, and yeah. So whereas, so that's yeah. Oh, actually, let's put it onto the weekly. So we're comparing like with like. Yeah, on the weekly, it's dropping like a risque thing. So and then Bitcoin meanwhile, also on the weekly, is ranging like a ranging thing. So ranging like a cowboy, I guess. So yeah, So in that sense, it's if there's institutional, just kind of general still interest and buying the many dips in Bitcoin, and it's kind of at the moment kind of being seen as a bit of a safe haven, which it wasn't before. Talking of, how's gold doing? Just haven't looked at it for a while. So and it didn't do that, that's for sure. I think that was kind of a scenario that if it breaks above that line, then we see it bounce and head up. It didn't. so therefore that's invalidated. What's that? Did I draw that? I guess. Nobody else drew that, did they? So it must have been me. So so instead, in fact, it just kind of bounced off that line, rejected quite heavily off it, and kind of came back down. It's recovering now. It almost came down to the 55 EMA. There's probably some other EMA that did bounce right off just there. Might even be. Just check that. Sorry. I always get caught out with that. It looks so like that. Anyway, the thingamajigs. Let's draw the thingamajigs over to there. And so what have we got? Yeah, it bounced off the 0.618, which is kind of nice. Isn't that rather interesting? I didn't draw it to the very top. Maybe I should have done that. So it's probably just plain. Oh no, I did. Sorry. Yeah, my mistake. I did draw it to the. Yeah. So basically, if I drew it very accurately, it would have just bounced perfectly off the 0.618. So I don't know. It's interesting. It's of academic interest, I suppose. But so gold has been plummeting, just big time, bounced off 0.618, but that seems like maybe it's just going to plummet again. There's nothing very sort of positive looking about that to me. I suppose what it did maybe do was, because we got that area of liquidity just there, basically at the top of the 0.618. So Zump, more or less, it's meant to be a. Hold on, I should actually draw that as a horizontal line, just kind of in there. There. So so basically that area there anyway, that it kind of came down to. So that plus the 0.618 and the 55 EMA just below. So there's a whole bunch of things really that we're suggesting that would be the region that it would bounce from. But where it goes from there is, I suspect it's going to just come down again if it doesn't commit to point. Was it 716? Yeah. If it doesn't do that and down, then it might just go down, as in touch that and then down. Otherwise down. But whatever. I think it just looks like it's going to struggle to head back up in a meaningful way for a little while. Like it's run out of steam, isn't it, at the moment? So that compared with, again, Bitcoin, it's about as safe a haven as we might get at the moment. So possibly the institutional buyers might be seeing that as well. That if they're kind of just rotating into that, expecting that. I mean, sure, the price might drop to 50k within the next few months, but then expect it to probably head up. They probably know better than we do. So Aussie, any of those big red candles get gobbled up pretty quick. Don't think we'd be down there for long. Yeah. I think that's kind of right. Should we have a quick look at? Let's go to drop down to maybe the 1 hour, because I guess there was talk of the 1 hour, wasn't there? Put Quadzilla back on, and so yeah. So this has also got the retracement channels switched on at the moment. So that on the higher time frames, you could totally see that any time the Bitcoin price drops, it bounced pretty strongly, I think, really. I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna head on high. I think it's looking like it is quite likely to drop some more, but sorry, it's gonna, apologies for this, gonna go back to 1 hour, 1 week, just for a second, because on here, it kind of did that. Kind of did that drop down. Is as I was saying before, I think it, having bounced off there, we could well see it kind of just head back up to here, maybe up to 72.7. You know, keep in mind this is a weekly chart, and then, you know, just kind of head down again. It's just doing that range at the moment. So until it actually breaks out of that range, then that's the range that it's doing. You know, so just tautology of the day, I suppose. So yeah, to invalidate that, it would need to close the week below that 65. Yeah, 65.5 maybe. If it closes the week below 65.5, it's got two and a half days to go. Then could well see it start to just crumple down to here. So, but however, if it just stays within that range, then expect that to maybe just carry on going for a bit. So we may not actually see. I suppose it depends. I was going to say we may not see that big rise until next week, but I think if anything, it might be kind of, if it happens at all, it might be like today, possibly over the weekend while the order books are thin, and kind of into early next week, that it kind of gets up to this level, and then maybe drops down to the next bit. Nobody knows. I don't know. You know, just looking at just scenarios and the probability of this and that. If it you know, stays within that range essentially. So oh, actually, sorry, go back to that. So we were looking at the 1 hour. Anything else you'd like to particularly look at? Because we're probably looking at wrapping up fairly soon, aren't we?
Yeah, I was just going to answer this question from Blaze London, actually. Sure. He's the guy who did the little video with Cyrus at the Swissborg event, so that's very cool. He was saying, did I email Cyrus from Swissborg? I haven't yet. I kind of feel like I should try and use the card first and do a bit of a, you know, actually use it sort of thing before I do that. But I will do that. The bit where that you said they're looking for ambassadors also. I did go along to the ambassador meeting thing the other day, and it was a bit disappointing, really, in the fact that what they're really after at the moment is people to arrange meetups in their local towns, and basically they reward you with about €30 worth of Borg and give you some hats and t-shirts and stuff to give out. So you don't have to do much. All you have to do is, like, you know, 6 of you, or I think minimum of 3 actually, you sort of meet up in a pub and have a drink. Really, that's basically all we do.
Get a free hat.
Yeah. And get a free hat, yeah, which sounds like quite a good thing to do. But I was thinking, well, you know, where I live in the southwest of England, sort of thing, you know, no one's heard of crypto around here, you know. So,
what's that got to do with scarecrows?
What's that got to do with scarecrows and cider? And,
I mean, just like cash it in their terms, I suppose. Just so say if you bought 3 pints of cider, go on.
Anyway,
then you get your pack of port scratchings for free or something.
Yeah, not be bad, that.
Yeah, sign me up. Where's my hat?
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you told me about that. I know. Oh, Bitcoin's having a little pump. Anyway, so I couldn't really see myself doing that in the place where I live at the moment. So I said, but the thing is, I do have like a a fairly good online community, on Discord and YouTube. So, we could have a virtual pub, and then can I do the same there? And they said that's not the plan at the moment. So, so that was the end of that. And then to make it even worse, they actually said, "Oh, and by the way, we can't actually give you anything for doing it because you're in the UK and we're not allowed to incentivize crypto things." So
Thanks for wasting my time.
So I thought, sod that. I'll do something else, So yeah. Anyway,
did they not think to mention that like before?
No. But I don't know if it's because they still think I live in France.
Okay.
Or they think I still live in France, rather. There might be that, but anyway, I kind of lost interest at that point when there was no hard cash involved. So there was that really. Anyway, Blaze is also saying he's slowly accumulating Borg. I actually think the Borg token will do really well. It's just I don't know when, So that's that really. Ozzy saying the mean and the zone were closer to a bottom than a top. Yeah, I'd agree with that actually. Well, top's a long way away now, isn't it?
True. Yeah.
Why do you think we're going to 50k? That was because everyone else is saying that.
It's a bit more than that. I mean, I've got measurements to prove it. Mind you, what don't take that out of context. So essentially, this, you see that? Actually, 1 second. That's why, because I think that will, if that pattern continues down, down along by that's meant to be 30%, but that'll basically hit 50k a bit. If it goes down to within that range. There's also other things as well. Like if I go on this to just. That's a Fib retracement that I was about to draw, I think. So, sorry, hide that again. Just minimize that. So so this was essentially Fib retracement from the previous bear market bottom up to the bear market top. Bull market top. The latest all-time high, and the drop from there is actually nowhere near 50k, obviously, in the sense that it's between a rock and a hard place. But within that, we have got a few things that may well can use confluence as a whip. They're going to confluence it, mate. You need to do more confluencing. So it's going to come down. So 50k ish. I'm not saying it's going to be exact, bang on 50k, but just for the sake of whatever. During that, I mean, you can see a whole bunch of confluences where that level is pretty important. Like here, there was a bit of ranging there, a bit of accumulation, touchdown there. This one obviously weights down to it there, and here we have what is that one? That's the one, the weekly 300 MA, which it's pretty likely. So I think the low when it comes in, whenever it is this year, is going to be probably between that one, which I think is that the 200, the 200 weekly MA, and maybe the 300. Maybe should just add another one for the hell of it. Make the chart a bit messier. SMA. Zoink. Let's change that to do either 350 or the 400. Let's put 400 for now. And time frame would be the weekly. That's it, isn't it? So it's that. So that, and then that price. With it, that MA comes down to, because that's going to continue coming up in any case. kind of what it's doing, just very, very slowly, because it being the a very long-term MA, very slow to something like that, I don't know. 44, 45. So, 50k seems probable. It could even come down a bit lower, because if each of these is moving like that, when it eventually does come down, say if it was in September, it could come down to there, it could come down to there, could come down to there, or even touch off one of these MAs. Not that one. That's not an MA. One of these, or something like that. You know what I mean. So I don't know again. So that's basically why I think there's just so much pointing to that maybe happening. Maybe. Meanwhile, do things like.
Yeah, and the reason it said that in the title is because I've been told to sort of use round numbers in titles. So if you say something like, Bitcoin is going to dump to 48,743 and 25 cents, people actually don't find that easy to read. But if you just say Bitcoin's dumping to 50k, people actually think, oh no, I better watch that, apparently. So there you go.
Sorry.
Sorry, just quickly. So Scott is saying anyone holding privacy coins just in case. I'm not.
And if I was, I wouldn't say it on stream.
yeah, not telling you, mate. Space Catty, we also have a big ob right below. A big what?
Order block.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Right.
Bellow. We bellow about the order block.
Bellow as between 65.9 and 62. Yeah.
1 hour time frame. Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things like that.
Yeah.
So
if you
scroll,
I was going to say I can actually activate the cheat mode on here.
Okay.
Bring in the thing that draws. Is it that one? Oh, Gaussian channel. Oh, maybe I totally removed it. Oh, there we go. No, boundary bands. VRVP. Sorry. This is not good optics right now, but I'll have to writing wedge. So delete that. I'll bring it in 1 second. The thing that draws the order blocks, so you can just kind of, we don't even have to think. It's in here somewhere. That one. I ain't drawn no order blocks. Oh, there you go. I mean, so where was the comment about the order block? Sorry, this one. So we also have a big order block right below us between 65.9 and 60.8. Yeah, okay. 65.9 and 62-ish. I guess. Yeah, it doesn't want to draw it in, so I don't know. If it isn't done automatically for me, then I can't think. Come on, machine, think for me, please. So I mean, okay, there is kind of evidence of that, because there's that accumulation there, isn't there? Where you can draw it in from, and then it dipped down into it again. So I mean, if that's kind of what you were thinking of, that's not quite the range you were talking about. Is it 65.9? Let's draw that up, because it could also be that bit there and dip down into that there and so on. Don't know, something along those lines. There's definite liquidity to be lurched up and gargled, I guess, along there. So that seems like a very plausible range that the price could well dip down into, I think. So yeah, keep in mind. I think that level there, if I remember, was part of the fib retracement. So and that may have been the 50% line, which is obviously not a Fibonacci number, but still. So so there you go, Space Catty. You've you've contributed to the massive different scribbles and drawings and things on on this chart. So what was he saying? Oh, about the so the previous all-time high. So if you scroll back to the left, previous cycle, where we are right now, it's very strong support. I think it is. I think it's probably also though why we have been just seeing this ranging for a while. So do that one. Here, go back to that one again. Was it there? 60. I guess it was that, wasn't it? That went up 672. Oh, this just didn't go very far back, does it? That's okay. Since Bitunix started doing it, so let's do it on this one. Then go to the week. It's on the weekly. Yeah. So essentially, yeah. So from there, very much. I mean, we could draw that. Let's add some more stuff to this chart. Make it look really professional. So kind of from there down to there, maybe just doing that little wiki bit there. And damn, I clicked too soon. Sort of there. So yeah. So from that top then, from that high, there was obvious kind of just confluence there, in that, you know, those liquidity tromp, talk about order blocks and things, and then further along back into it, bounced off the bottom of that same range and headed up, kind of faked out to the upside, back down within the range. So yeah, definite support there. I do agree. I think that's a very, very key level of support that it's on right now. So it doesn't want to break it. You know, if it drops even below that trend line that I fairly randomly drew in earlier on, if it drops below that, then what's that one? Just delete that. Then we could see, you know, the rest of that scenario start to play out. The slinky stairs down. So yeah, probably key time, I would think. But as in, so it's sort of a crunch time for Bitcoin, but that time is probably spread out now over multiple weeks, I think. So it might take a little while for that to play out. But really, it does need to stay above that line, and definitely above that level, 65.8. So if the price breaks below that trend line and breaks below that level, and probably a few other things, then each of those is just a sign of that the market is weakening and might sort of head down. I honestly think it's gonna, but maybe there's a bias there for sure, that narrative bias that it's going to come down and hit 50k because that's what everyone else is saying. But I think it does sort of measure out a bit, I think, as well, in terms of the different bits we're looking at. Are we sort of done?
I think so, yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
I probably need to pop off and do a few things.
Yeah.
But,
thank you, Ozzy. Cheers.
Just yeah, I assume you're talking about the Swissborg meetups. Yeah. Be quite hard to persuade people to actually leave the house.
It's true. Yeah, maybe when the weather improves a bit, I'd be prepared to.
I mean, I like the idea. I like the idea of, you know, meeting up in a pub, and I don't know what you talk about there, really. You know,
if it's Swissborg, I suppose you put on like Swiss accents and do like a Swedish chef song.
What's Sweden got to do with it?
No, that's Sweden, isn't it? Sorry. Can we edit that bit out? So we'll do the Swedish chef thing anyway, because it's almost de rigueur.
It's 32 centimeters on the map.
Exactly. Oh, talking of measurements to prove it. Ooh, suit you, sir. Ooh, yeah. super ups on XMR. I'm debating on whether to buy a big bag. Do it. Not financial advice, but do it. Do it.
You are an XMR fan, aren't you?
Yeah, and quite right too, I think.
Yeah, fair enough. I've never had any actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I suppose we better leave it there, really, didn't we?
Yeah. Time has flown.
You what? Sorry.
Time has flown today.
Oh, yeah, it has actually. Yeah, we haven't even done Chippy Watch or anything, but it'd probably be the same as usual, you know.
Yeah. Trying to put on a positive face while it's
yeah. Anyway, all right. Right. Thanks everyone for popping along. That's great. I won't share the Bitunix link right now because the campaign ends tonight. So I doubt if you'll get your trading volume in between now and then.
No,
for the people who are
but having said that, it is a very good time. You can still get the free month of Quadzilla if you get in there by the end of tonight. So,
yeah, maybe I should just pop the banner up there. Yeah, so if you sign up with that link, it's also in the description as well. If you sign up with that link and put like $1,000 worth of something in there, and send me your UID via the Discord. That's the Discord there. Then I'll upgrade you to VIP 7, and we'll give you a free month of Quadzilla, and that is until midnight tonight. So that's cool. Yeah. I'm hoping that afterwards we might be able to do another campaign. I mean, let me know what kind of campaign you'd like. I mean, I'm guessing the people here have probably tried Bitunix already, so in which case we want to incentivize the people who already have it to trade. Yeah. So, you know, do you want a trading volume thing, or do you want a new user thing, or do you want something like where you achieve VIP 5 for like 3 months or something? You know, whatever.
Let us know in the Discord, essentially.
Yeah, and then we'll see.
Also, to be honest, this offer. I think. I mean, we haven't really discussed this, but probably I guess it also applies for people who already have Quadzilla. Yeah. Because I always think that about certain special offers and things, and it's like, you know, that they're only for new customers. Well, that sucks. You know, just loyalty to your existing customer base. You know, so totally like anyone who already has Quadzilla, I think. So if you just dump $1,000 of USDT or whatever crypto you want into an affiliate Bitunix account and do the stuff, you know, DM save in the Discord, and probably place a trade as well. I think, you know, because that's kind of the point, isn't it? Do a bit of trading with it, and which you know, if you have Quadzilla, you're going to be trading anyway, so there's no biggie. And then we'll pop on an extra month of Quadzilla onto your subscription.
Yeah. So, yeah, no worries about that. We'll definitely do that. Awesome. Right. Okay. Right. I'm going to go away and I don't know. I feel like I need to be in a trade, but at the same time, I kind of don't want to rush in. And oh, what's that on the screen?
Oh, that's the thing that we've been talking about, the gyrating lizard Quadzilla, and for all its showmanship, Quadzilla is also a premium indicator on TradingView. That in fact is multiple indicators in one, just gives you an absolute trading edge, and has just ridiculous, uncanny levels of consistency in making accurate calls for your position entries and exits. Essentially, it's got built-in stats, so you can kind of see for yourself. Essentially, and then the useful thing with the stats as well, sorry, is that you can like try it on different charts, different time frames, change the settings, and see exactly how it affects Quadzilla's performance on on specific charts. So check it out. You know, give it a try. So that's it.
Okay, cool. And you'll find that at savewith.crypto.org/QZ. Awesome. Right. Right. Definitely need to go now. So, right. See you all. Well, I'll make some videos over the weekend. So watch out for that in the Discord. Looks like Bitcoin's going up actually. So I might go and see
Nice.
what I can do about that.
Righty-ho.
And otherwise, we'll be back Monday as per normal. And yeah, just look out for videos over the weekend and stuff. And trade safe. And yeah, all that really. So it's goodbye from me and goodbye from him.
Goodbye from him, likewise, and so on. Yeah.
All right. So take care, everyone. Can you click like on the way out as well? That'd be great.